so excited because we are about to head off to our first camping trip of the season, which is somewhat unusual for us, but circumstances kept us at home. And so now we are getting ready to go for a very short, kind of like one of those test run camping, not very far from where we live. We're going up over the mountain to Belknap Hot Springs, and it is a wonderful campground that's between us and Eugene, Oregon, and has awesome hot springs, which is just what the doctor ordered for us. So we're excited to do that, and since it's a short camping trip and we're meeting friends, I decided not to make a big deal about my projects, you know, because I can make a big deal about my projects. There is a ton of them. But I decided to make this first trip just a real relaxing one for G and I. So I decided to take my Buttermilk Basin Redwork Embroidery Winter Wonderland. And here I've got my first block stitched. I just have to put the button eyes on, and I'm working on my second one. And I thought I would just show you how I'm prepping them to take, and then we'll get to go. Yeah, we can't wait. So I'm using my miso table, light table, and I have my patterns. I have to duck down to see you. I'm using the patterns provided, and I'm going to trace them with a micro Pigma pen onto the fabric. I chose Crackle by Kathy Schmitz. It's just such a lovely background fabric, and so I'm going to trace the motif onto my fabric with the Pigma micro pen. I did decide at one point to use transferees, and so I printed these patterns on to the transferees product, so they'd be all ready to stitch. You just stick this fabric, you peel off the back, stick this fabric on to a piece of background fabric, but then you have to wash it off, and I decided I didn't want to do that extra step, that it wouldn't take me much to just trace them. So here I go. I'm going to trace the first one. I kind of have everything secured. I have the pattern secured with my clips that were provided by Miso, and all the links for this will be in the description. This, using the Pigma pen, a brown, the micro Pigma pen, is one that is done by Crabapple Hill, and I'm finding that I like it. Now where there's circles on the pattern, I just put a dot because I'm not sure what I will use there. Sometimes I want to use, I don't want to stitch the circle, I want to use a button, and so just to be able to know where she placed the design, I just put a dot. And it's surprising when you use the brown micro pen, and this is the, I think this is, let's see, it's a 01. Your marking is totally covered up by the thread. And it doesn't take long to trace all this. Okay, the first motif on this page is done. See that? So then my next step is to put some SF-101 on the back. You know how I love this stuff, and I have it already cut up to the size that I need. I feel like I have to, G's getting the camper ready so he can't do the filming. So I'm up here doing the filming, so. Oh, I must have cut this off just a little bit short, but that's okay. It's going to be behind the motif. And then I'm going to iron this on the back. Now when you use the Pigma pen, that's not going to disappear. So now it's all ready to sew. And I don't have to worry about crossover threads. I don't use a hoop. I have every size hoop made, but I'm not big on hoops. And with the SF-101, if you don't, if you pay attention to your tension, you don't need a hoop, which adds a little bit more flexibility. And then I'm going to be taking my stitching pillow with me. So I've got one block done. Now on to the rest. And the thing about this miso table is you can move this light. This light you just get at Lowe's or Home Depot, I think, but they also sell them. And you can just move it up and down the table, and so then you have it all ready to go. Okay, second one is done. There we go. I'm gonna put this next piece of SF-101 on the back. I think that I am not going to do any more. We're not gone that long, and I have 4 to do from beginning to end and 1 to finish. So I think this will keep me quite busy. So let's go take a peek at the camper. Enzo, are you excited about going camping? You want to go camping? Yeah, well, yeah. I think he's wanting to rest. Huh? You want to go run in the woods? Huh? You want to go camping? We shall see. Anywho, let's go take a look outside the window and see what we can see. Oh my gosh, there it is. There's the camper and there's G. Getting it all hooked up and ready. Oh. Well, I better go help him load.